Welcome back everybody to the super adventures of Flash. Yeah, we're here again. Just thought I'd get another set of videos out on YouTube. As we're all stuck indoors and not able to do stuff because of the coronavirus, I'll just timestamp me on when I'm actually doing this. But this is our tour that we did in August 2018. I managed to rake through the footage on my PC. Found I've actually got quite a lot, and thought, well, I'll stick another few videos out, give you a flavour of where we went. As per the title, we went to Northern Spain and Portugal. 8-day tour actually in the continent. Obviously we had to get down to Plymouth, get the overnight ferry, well 20 and a half hour ferry to Santander, where the holiday started. As you can see here, we had a short day to start, just 82 miles, basically heading west from Santander over to the Asturias region to our first overnight stop. We didn't get on the road till probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was. But absolutely fantastic again to be out on the roads in Europe. So we, as you can see here, it's pretty much on the good roads to start off with. We only had a couple of miles on sort of like a dual carriageway, and then it was out onto generally rural country roads. Bit of traffic going about, and like any tour, you know, when you start a tour, you just you're taking your time, getting to know everybody on it. So you'll probably find me being behind a lot of people here to start off with, just getting used to people's lines and things, seeing what they're like, what speeds we're getting up to, etc. Getting used to the country. So again, you know, it does take a bit getting used to riding on the right hand side of the road. So as entitled, we're doing Northern Spain and Portugal. So as you see here, we're heading west, eventually start heading inland. Day 4 we get into Portugal. We then go into the national park, and then say from you see all these videos of the Pecos, and I think people are missing a treat. I think actually going into this area, again fantastic. I think Portugal, what a great country. People are, I'd say, probably slightly nicer than the Spanish. Is that controversial? I don't know, but excellent place. And the national park de Europa, great place, absolutely fantastic. Get a bit of height. Obviously, you'll see as you see the next episodes when we're actually into it. It's stunning scenery in it, and I'd say we're doing this in August, early August, so the weather was baking hot. On this day here, I think one of the first towns we went into was a little bit of a jam. I think a couple of cars had to get together, and we were stopped, and it reaching over 40 odd degrees. It was baking, absolutely. So, and we'd had warnings of these. I don't know if you can remember back a couple of years. It was a bit of a heat wave in Europe. Obviously we knew we were just going in the north into the mountains, so it shouldn't have been too bad. You would calm down a little bit, probably get in the 30s, which it did. But when you're sitting in traffic, 40 odd degrees, it's too hot. You know, even in air suits, as you see by what I'm in here, as per by the next year, I should say. It's the first year it's had this one, and again it was well appreciated. And as you may notice, I am on my bike before I got my RT. is the KTM Super Adventure 1290S, so the road version. Absolutely beast of a bike. Obviously all fully laden with all the toys. One of the first ones to have the TFT screen, which was nice to have. And all the toys on it. Had a comfort seat, which I think it needed. Not quite as comfortable a bike as some other, say, touring bikes, but the performance was absolutely mind-blowing for a V12, 160 odd horsepower. It just gives you the grin factor on it, which I'll probably go into later on in the series. But here we are, we're just enjoying this straight into the scenery. I say it was only an 80-mile day, so we're not that far from the port. We're already into nice sort of sweeping roads, just getting into them, getting to know some of the guys, some good riders here. So we've got one of our mates we actually met on the boat, Diddy Dave, and great rider, very well qualified from his previous employers, etc. Won't go into any more detail, but great rider. We got on great with him. My mate Builder Bob, otherwise known as Two Wheel Barrow on YouTube, he was there with us. So the three of us all connected up our headsets, and I've probably muted a little bit of the sound, but you probably see me giggling a lot of the time, laughing, because we were just taking the pee out of each other. Again, just one of these great things that you do on holiday. So absolutely fantastic. So that's it for the moment. I'll let you enjoy a little bit of just the roads, and I'll get back to you. So here on these pictures here, we're going through the little town of Santillana del Mar. Stop, quick break, little walk around it. Again, beautiful looking place, all the stone streets, buildings. It's in the Cantabria region of northern Spain, and it's known for its medieval towers, Renaissance palaces, and Romanesque Santa Giuliana Collegiate Church. Yeah, a bit more dad's facts from Wikipedia there for you. But yeah, lovely little place to have a quick stop. We'd only done about 17 miles I think by then, but then it just needed, because it was about that lunchtime. We just had a bit of an ice cream I think. So and it was back out on the roads. So I say not many miles. So we didn't. It was just heading out on the SR 131. Eventually we were on to the S114. We did go through Pains, obviously from the Pans it is, Pots and Pans. So obviously went through that little bit on the north, through there, and just continued on through the edge of the, as I said, the Asturias region. So as you see here, it's very green, and the road just nice and winding, so it was a really good introduction to northern Spain, which hadn't really been in this region before, which was really nice to get along on it. And you'll see here, I think whether you can see on a decent sized screen, with quite a range of bikes. Obviously some sports bikes you'll see later on with Fireblade. Don't fancy doing big tours on one of these, maybe if you're a bit younger. Obviously quite a few adventure style bikes, and then we had a Goldwing, which the rider was a pretty good rider actually. Hustled along quite nicely for such a big bike. It's quite nice to see. probably notice here that I have got my zip open on my tank bag. It's the first time I've had this one, and it's about twice I forgot to zip it up again after I'd stopped for something. Luckily there's not too much turbulence or not open too much for things to fall out of it. I was quite lucky. Yeah, other than that, as I said, it was the first time I'd really done sort of big miles on the bike at that time, so it was really nice. And as I say, I was getting used to it. And it's a very tall bike, so a lot of these adventure bikes are. I'm not very tall, 5'8", so again with the comfort seat on it, probably added a little bit more height to it, so it wasn't the easiest. Absolutely fine when you move in, didn't even think about it. Just when you stopped, I'm sure that might be slightly restricting of the height. May notice when you stop, the ground's not even, you have a wee moment and you're like, shit, am I going to drop my bike or not? I think I didn't do it on holiday. I did have one little moment when, as what we did on here, done on holidays, you do the second man drop off. So that's the man in the front, always stays at the front. First at second, whenever you get to any junction that you think, well, you're going to turn off, roundabout, sit in a place where it's safe and everybody can see you. You sit there until everybody's gone past you, until you see the very last person, and then you zip off then second last. Basically everybody just takes around all day like that. And I say I had one where I was at one of these junctions, bit of gravel on it, down, a bit of a little moment, but I'm okay. Dropping on this tour, so it was all fine. So again, I see here we're going through another one of these. I don't know if it's just one of these areas that I find a lot of these little ravines, very rocky, sort of mountainous on one side, maybe a little bit of a river, and then a nice twisted road. So just again, wonderful thing to do. So it was quite nice. I mean, I think I did most of this stuff along here. I mean, obviously I did about an hour's worth of recording, I think, altogether, but I tried to sort of trim it down a little bit, but just dead nice. So let's give you a bit of a flavour from the first day on this, so I'll just let it run by. After going through the towns, it's quite nice with the adventure bikes that you're able to stand up a little bit easier on them to get a bit of air through your body, through your suits, which was quite nice. And I say it's quite get out in the open road. We had a little bit of an opportunity to get a little bit of a hustle on for a wee while. It's a shame the sort of sun's a bit in front of us today, so not the best for filming, I suppose. But I think, as I've said before, I think this little Hero 5, which again still had it at that time, still recording away nicely. Great little camera, actually. I've been very pleased with it since I've got it. So Seems to capture things quite nicely. And I think its position on the helmet there is just gives you a nice sort of, you see the bike and everything moving, so it gives you a good sense of the speed and the bike moving around. Okay, do you call this a tunnel, or is it a ledge? I was trying to find out myself, couldn't work it out, but I do love them. Love the fact you're sort of going through it, get to rev at it, but you can still see through it on the side as well. Here we have the drop-off system in full effect. Sitting there, don't know why there's two bikes. I think some people, when they first start these things, they've got to get used to it. That was an unusual one, that one, but they're there to be seen, pointing in the right direction if need be. Mostly works sort of 99% of the time. You get the odd person that doesn't quite get it, which we might see on some of the other videos as we go forward in this holiday. But yeah, that's it, onwards as we're still motoring along, just again reasonably nice pace, just nothing too exceptional, again just getting used to right inside the road again, just soaking in the fact that we're in a nice hot European country on nice dry roads. I think we've been always quite lucky when we've done our holidays, and with this one it stayed dry for the whole holiday. I think there was one slightly damp day, but I don't think it was rain really, it was just some low cloud when we were up in the hills. I think the very last day there might have been a little bit of drizzle in the morning which made it damp, but apart from that, pretty good. All nice to get just nice warm dry roads, get your tyres nice and warm, there's no issues. As you see there, it doesn't stop me from leaving my zip open yet again. On the tank bag, that is. Obviously a habit of mine. Hopefully I can see as good as my camera, and I might shut it a bit quicker. As you can see, we went through a few just nice little beautiful towns, lots of colours as you see there, just again not lined with traffic, parked cars etc, so you could actually sort of soak in the actual architecture and the buildings. Really nice. Even most of their sleeping policemen were quite polite and not going to launch out your bike, which is better than some of the ones you get in the UK. Quite well maintained as well. No potholes either side of them to catch it. It's quite nice. So we're getting near the end of this day, getting to our hotel. Again, a very nice hotel. This year I brought my drone along. I didn't take it the next year, as you saw. There's no drone footage because it's a pretty big drone. It's a Karma, so it takes up the whole top box, the whole thing. So a bit restrictive if you want to take some extra waterproofs with you. I didn't take on this one. I was pretty sure we were going to get good weather, so I was able to take it. So there's a bit of drone footage at the end of all my videos, just a bit of the hotel and a bit of a 360 round, so just so you get an idea of it, just get a taste. So that was quite nice. Takes a little bit of time to put it together, so I had to put propellers on it, get everything stuck on, start everything, so it wasn't a quick thing. I didn't have too much time to do it in the middle of a ride, but yeah, I got a little bit anyway, so you'll see that at the end of the video. So very nice hotel for this night. Again, I think every hotel I've been on, and again this tour is run by Global Motorcycle Tours, Tom and Susan again, great hosts, and we had a great time with them, and it was fantastic. So again, I always recommend somebody that I've been with and have a good time. So a big thumbs up to Tom and Susan. So near at the end now. I'll let it run when it goes on to the bit of drone shot at the end. Again, because of a bit of home working etc, I might be able to get this out a bit faster for the next one. Hopefully you do enjoy this. I say give us a thumbs up, thumbs down if you want. Again, just give us a comment, see what you think. Again, because these are stuff I've done 2 years ago etc, I don't have a mic on me, I'm happy to do a little bit of commentary here in my house afterwards, and again it's nearly 2 years ago, so trying to remember some of these places. I'm looking back on some maps, pictures etc to try and jog my memory. But again, hopefully you've enjoyed this. I say they're just getting into fuel. We've got 2 miles to get to the hotel. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers.